For those of you that might be new here to Trinity, welcome. Before the sermon, we have what's called a Worldview segment. And the reason we do a Worldview segment is because we believe here at Trinity, we exist as a spiritual crossroads where moral, cultural, social, political, economic issues collide with biblical truth. We do this based on a scripture out of the Old Testament, 1 Chronicles 12:32, where it says, the sons of Issachar, this particular tribe in the Old Testament, had wisdom regarding the times in which they lived, and they knew what they should do. I believe Christians today, we should be able to discern the times in which we live for two reasons. You as a follower of Jesus need to be informed. Number one, you need to be informed so you can know how to pray. So that number two, you personally can be empowered to act, to actually do something. God, a dangerous prayer, right? God, what would you have me to do to make our city a better city, to make our state a better state, to make our country, to make the world a better place? Be careful what the Lord might ask you to do. So 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to meet an individual at our For Her 30-year gala. And he was attending there. He's running for public office. We had a conversation, found out he's a strong Christian. He's pro-life, pro-marriage, pro-religious freedom. Found out that he attended Texas Tech. He's a Marine. He's a pilot. He's a great husband. He's a great father. And he wants to run for county commissioner for Precinct 1, which is the one I'm living in. And I said, so how's the campaign going? He says, well, I need plenty of work. Could appreciate your support and prayers. And I said, absolutely. So he and his family attend Hillside Church, another really good church here in our community. I said, why don't you come to our services on Sunday, snow day last Sunday. So today, why don't you come and we'll introduce you to our congregation, and we could pray for you and celebrate the fact that you are a strong Christian who wants to help make our city a better place and help make a difference in Lubbock County. So please welcome Mike Dolby. Mike, please stand up. So Mike will be in Trinity Central after service. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask him, end times, eschatological questions, I'm sure he'd be happy to help answer those questions. No, really. But go by, meet him, let him know that you are praying for him. So I came across, for this Worldview segment, I came across an alarming study. Now, the study was taken 10 years ago. It's much worse today. But a study published in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy in 2016 found that approximately 1 in 5 Americans have engaged in consensual non-monogamy. What does that even mean, right? Probably now it's probably 1 in 4. And consensual non-monogamy marriage relationships are married couples called swingers who believe in sharing more than their Netflix password with others, if you get my drift. Swinging is a term that is often referred to within the context of a swingers community, which is a forum of non-monogamy where individuals in a committed relationship engage in sexual activities with others as a recreational societal activity. Are you kidding me? This practice is based on the consent and knowledge of all parties involved, so that makes it okay. I don't think so. This trend is part of a wider movement toward exploring non-traditional relationship structures which seek to redefine the boundaries of partnership and sexual exclusivity. What does that even mean? Can't be good, right? So here's a typical swingers ad. An open non-monogamous relationship is based on communication, consent, and mutual respect among all participants. We see our activities as a way of enhancing our relationship and exploring our sexuality in a safe and consensual environment. Sign up today. That kind of sounds like a used car salesman advertisement. They kind of go like this. Let me tell you about this car. It isn't just a vehicle. It's an adventure on 4 wheels. Sure, it might look like it's been through a bit of life, but that's just character. Every rattle tells a story. Every squeak is a conversation starter. Plus, you don't have to worry about those miles on the odometer. Consider them experience points. This isn't just a car. It's an experienced, seasoned traveler. When would you like to take her for a spin? No, thank you. But for real, family, the swinging community can be found in every city, even our city. I have members in our church that came up to me recently. That's what inspired me to do this Worldview segment. And they're not a part of it that I know of. But they said, did you know that it is a growing thing here in our own community of Lubbock? I said, no, let me do a Worldview segment. So what's wrong with it? Well, there are a lot of things, but just 2 things real quick. First of all, it is a violation of intimacy and love. You know, marriage is a beautiful thing. Hebrews 13:4, marriage is honorable among all and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. And so God created sex. It's a beautiful thing. What's in the confines of a heterosexual, monogamous relationship between one man, one woman for life. And it's a beautiful thing. But our Creator, He created the game of life, and He gave us the rules to follow. And a game is only fun, whether it's the Super Bowl last Sunday or whether it's playing chess, the game of chess. It's only fun when it's played according to the rules. Marriage, life is only fun when it's conducted according to the boundaries, the safe boundaries, borders. We talked about open borders a few weeks ago in our Worldview segment. We need to close the border around our marriage. We need to have a closed border around our marriage and protect the love and the purity and the intimacy. Listen, there are some things in life that are only enjoyable as a duet, right? Like a dance between a husband and wife. It's only fun when it's, between the two, and it's something, a beautiful expression of artistic love. Playing the game of chess is only fun when you're playing one other opponent according to the rules. Some things in life only work well in a partnership with two. For example, a surgeon and an anesthesiologist. A surgeon and anesthesiologist, they can't have a third party. Menage a trois won't work in the operating room because there cannot be any miscommunication between the surgeon and the anesthesiologist. Why? There's a human life at risk, at stake. Mike is a pilot, and if you have problems in the air and you're carrying precious cargo, human beings, you have a problem, you need to communicate with air traffic control. And it's just you, the pilot, and air traffic control. You can't have a bunch of other people interfering with this communication. So marriage is only beautiful when it's between one man and one woman, and the love and intimacy in that marriage is defended and protected. And here's the other practical reason. There is a rise of sexually transmitted diseases. There is an STI epidemic. Cases of syphilis have surged to the highest level since the 1950s, family. The warning followed the release of the latest CDC data that showed 2.5 million cases of STIs were detected in 2022, making a rise in chlamydia and the most worryingly, potentially deadly syphilis on the rise. These infections are spreading rapidly, and listen, what used to be confined to perhaps the gay community is now creating whole new networks, because you'll have a bisexual man has sex with another man in the gay community, but then he's bisexual, has sex with a heterosexual woman, who then has sex with a heterosexual man. And now all of a sudden, it's leaping beyond boundaries, and we are actually running a shortage in penicillin and antidotes. This is happening, but it's silence in the media. When they do talk about it, they say, well, it's a post-COVID hangover, not the proper use of condoms. How about the breakdown of moral decency? How about the moving away from marriage between one man and one woman and celebrating the beauty and the purity of a loving, committed relationship with another human being for the rest of your life? In 2000, syphilis was on the verge of eradication, record low 5,979 cases per year in the US. 2022, there were 207,000 diagnoses, according to official data. So marriage is a partnership. God created it, God designed it. Father knows best. God knows what's best for you, my friend. He knows what's best for all of us. It's not hard to follow God's way. God's way is the best way, and God's way always comes with His blessings upon it.